All right, week 7, day 3, we're going to write some more linear equations in slope-intercept form, and this time we're given different information. So what if we know the slope in a point other than the y-intercept? Can we use that information to find an equation for that line? And the answer is yes, because there is only one line that would work for that slope and that point. Now, there are other points that you could pick and get the same line, but we can't both draw the point and the slope correctly and get different lines, is what it's saying. So I've got over here on the left a list of steps we do that will basically allow us to find the y-intercept from the information we're given. So what we do is we say, well, m is the slope, and I'm being given the slope. I'm also given a point, x and y, so I can take m, x, and y and plug it into y equals mx plus b. We can do that because the whole point of this is that any number that works in the equation for any pair of numbers that works in the equation for x and y and satisfies it is a solution to this equation. So we're saying, okay, what does that b need to equal in order to make this point actually be on this particular line? So we plug m, x, and y into slope-intercept form, and that leaves us with just b as a variable. So we'll solve for b, and then we'll be able to write our answer, y equals mx plus b. So let's look at example 1 here. The slope is 1, so that means that m is 1. And then our point is an x value and a y value. So x is 4 and y is 3. We're going to take these and we're going to fill them into y equals mx plus b. So where y is, I'm going to put 3. Where m is, I'm going to put 1. mx has a multiplication between it. We just don't write it because we're lazy mathematicians. X is 4, and then I've got plus b. So in order to solve this for b, I need to start by doing 1 times 4, which is 4. And then I need to subtract that 4 over. Make sure that you don't forget that that's a b and think it's a 6 instead, because then you might get confused about what you're trying to do. If I do 3 minus 4, I get negative 1. And then my answer is y equals 1x, or just x, minus 1. That's how we do it. So it's that we're having to take the information they gave us and we're using that to solve for b. Also, we can put m and b back into the equation. So fun times. Let's look at a second one here. This one has a slope that's a fraction. So that could be interesting. We're going to do negative 4/3 is m, and x is negative 3, y is 2, and so 2 equals negative 4/3 times x, which is negative 3, plus b. And here we have a pesky fraction situation that we've got to remember how to deal with. So when I do negative 4/3 times negative 3, I might make negative 3 over 1, and then, oh, those 3's cancel out actually, so that this just ends up being 4, and it's a positive 4 because they were both negative. So 2 equals 4 plus b, and I need to subtract 4 and get negative 2. So b, our y-intercept, is negative 2. So that means that I have y equals negative 4/3 x minus 2. So common mistakes. 1, not writing your answer at the end. Finding b and just assuming that's your answer. That's not your answer. It doesn't ask you what b is. It asks you to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Common misunderstanding is actually putting x and y into your finished equation from that point. We're trying to write the equation for this line. We're not trying to show that we have a true statement here by plugging in the point. So I know it's kind of weird, but We use that x and y to find b, but we don't keep those numbers there where x and y are. We go back to saying, oh, that's going to be y equals something times x plus something. So there you go.